All right, joining us now, U.S. Oil and Gas Association President Tim Stewart. Tim, thanks so much for joining us on The Bottom Line. President laid out a new plan. Of course, Gavin Newsom, he hates it already. He hates anything Donald Trump says. But Floridians are going to push back a little bit on this one, too. What do you think of the president's plan? What's the impact going to be?
Well, it's important to note, Jason, that what President Trump has done has actually restored us back to where things were even 5 years ago. The Biden administration did 3 lease sales over 5 years. They barely met the minimum of the law. The Trump proposal is actually doing what has been in law since 1978. And yes, they proposed lease sales off of Florida and off of California, but primarily off of Alaska. They proposed lease sales where the oil actually is versus what the Biden administration just threw something out there that no company wanted to actually bid on. This is such a great story. The U.S. ability to go deep water offshore is a profound technological miracle. I mean, we're talking 2 miles down just to hit the surface of the seabed, then 3 miles down to hit the oil, and then the most amazing thing is 6 miles out in all directions. It is a technological miracle. If we ever get to Mars, it's going to be because of the things that we learned in doing the offshore development, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
But Tim, what Jason was talking about, we know the climate crusading craziness out on the left coast, but particularly with Florida, Florida has a constitutional amendment that was approved by voters that prohibits new oil and gas drilling in state waters. Now, those are closer to the shoreline. What is federal is further away. But that speaks to how Floridians feel about their coastline. And that is the headwind the president would potentially face, just in terms of feelings among Floridians.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely true, and that has been the case for 30 years, to be honest with you. The fact of the matter is what was proposed this week is the first step in really a 3-long process where you put out and you consult with the governors, with the states, and you receive public comment. It's the draft of a draft, basically, and ultimately it may be that public comment and the negotiations between certain states or governors may take some parcels out of the lease sale process itself. But the fact of the matter is we know that off the coast of California, for example, there are 10 billion barrels, and off of Alaska, there's another 21 billion barrels. That's really, I think, where the administration is going to focus on that area where we can get it out the quickest, primarily Alaska. But again, the offshore resource is 15% of everything we produce every single day. Odds are that this lease sale will get us up to 20 or 25% of everything we produce every single day. What that does is that gives us an absolute hedge against global instability. It certainly gives us the cushion against OPEC, which is what we really need.
Yep.
Tim, real quickly, how do you fight back against the greenie crusade that just wants to fight everything in court, will file lawsuits immediately, and try to pin the president in the corner of a boxing ring, so to speak, and just try to run out the clock? How do you fight against that?
Well, permit reform is really one of the most key things here, to be honest with you, because that's what the environmental community uses, is this protracted, painful litigation process. What Congress is working on permit reform is actually really key, because it essentially allows the process to play as it was originally intended versus the litigation process, the infrastructure that's built up around that. But we have to remind people, look, the oil that comes out of the Gulf of America is 46% cleaner than any other resource produced anywhere else in the world. We do this better and more environmentally responsibly than anybody else in the world. If you're going to be producing oil, you want it to come out of these areas.
Right. And Tim, before we go, I just want to point out also what is happening in the shale boom. That this is a new statistic that came out. The majority of the lateral wells in the Permian shale oil in the Permian Basin are now over 10,500 feet long, or roughly 2 miles. Back in 2018, only 8% of them reached that length. That is what technology is doing, and that's what our industry is doing for energy security. Tim Stewart, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Great to be with you. Thank you.